Play the guitar on the MTV. That ain't working, that's the way you do it. Money for nothing and your chicks for free. Now that ain't working, that's the way you do it. Let me tell you, damn guys ain't dumb. Maybe get up.
By shock, I don't only mean the shocking of a country, but also the shocking of individuals, sudden imprisonment and harsh treatment as well as torture. The Italian strategy of tension was causing fear amongst the own citizens and discrediting the left for alleged terrorist attacks. The attacks in fact were carried out by radical rightists, the organization Gladio, which was a secret organization of NATO and CIA, and by propaganda do also know as P2. P2 was a Masonic banking fraternity. During Cold War, CIA researched in brainwashing techniques. They spent $25 million. 44 universities and 12 hospitals were involved. Ewan Cameron, president of the World Psychiatric Association, wanted to torture his patients back into childhood. Sleep deprivation, sunlight deprivation, drugs, electric shocks, breaking their will, confusing them to denude them of their lucidity. After clearing the patients from their memory, he wanted to reprogram them by letting them listen to tapes for months. Some torture victims in Latin America describe a mysterious white Mr. Mike who was present all the time in the background of the room to watch and give instructions. Today, Occupy Iraq is the new test laboratory for torture. A model state. They try to erase human psyches big scale and build them up new. So neoliberalism is not natural. Capitalist logic also is not natural. It was trained to us. After Albania's communism failed and the country became capitalistic, scammers had an easy game with those newbie money owners. Of course not because the Albans were a dumb people, but because they were not yet trained to the capitalist logic. So many people were betrayed by pyramid schemes that the so-called lottery uprising started. You clearly see that is not natural. It's an ideology despite it works without fanatism. It's rather working grace to indifference. Indifference stabilizes the ruling system. Today there additionally is a strange kind of distance regarding your social role. Everyone plays his role while not taking it serious. Today a boss often behaves somewhat ironic regarding his role, that he may even joke about the dumbness to be a boss. But sadly there will always be bosses making fast profit by grabbing countries by the feet and shaking their riches out of them. Shocks have become the new crack of the financial markets. No one fights that addiction. Instead of rethinking the system, we continue liberalizing, privatizing, deregulating, and cutting the welfare state. We go for the next shot.